Welcome to Kiss the Reviews. I'm Armando, that's Corey, and today we are doing 1996's Independence Day.
My youth is shit.
I will start by saying this. In 1996, I won't reveal how old I was, but I loved this. I was, let's just say I was an adult already. And I loved this movie.
Yeah.
Love. I saw it in the theaters.
I saw it in that crowded ass opening day theater. Me and my boys lined up, fucking cheering along, jamming. And now I look at it and go, oh, I was kind of an idiot.
Exactly. So, before we get into the movie, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and share with everybody you know. And tell them to like, subscribe, and comment.
Yeah, it's a chain thing.
You get it. You get it. That's how this works. Yeah. It's like dominoes. There you go.
Yeah. Understand your YouTubes.
So, this movie, and especially in 1996, the star power behind this movie.
Oh.
Now, you have Will Smith, I think this wasn't his first movie. I think he did some Degrees of Separation movie earlier that was not good. He was fresh off of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. When you saw that he was a quote-unquote action star, I don't know about you, but I was like, ooh, I don't know if he could pull this off. Like, he's been the goofy Fresh Prince for however many years, and now he's doing this. I will say, pulled it off great. But you have Will Smith at the very beginning of his movie career.
Yes.
Bill Pullman, Jeff Goldblum, Mary McDonnell, Judd Hirsch, Randy Quaid, Vivica A. Fox, like, and others that I'm forgetting right now. But you have all of these just stars that are in this movie.
Yep.
Who all do a fantastic job with the acting. We'll say
yes.
That.
You even have a great idea for a plot.
Yes. And still couldn't save this movie.
And the best special effects at that time.
Oh my God. The
special and practical effects at that time.
And everything blows up in this movie, which is fantastic. I mean, it's an action movie.
Oh, there's excitement all through it.
But this movie opens up on July 2nd. UFOs coming towards Earth. SETI gets the signal, sends that to DC, and everybody starts scrambling. You know,
us in the biz call it SETI.
Oh, sorry.
But that's okay.
So, cut to the president, Bill Pullman. He gets the call, and this gets into setting up all the characters. So, you have the scenes with the president and Jeff Goldblum's ex-wife, and then you get to Jeff Goldblum and Judd Hirsch playing chess, which there's a bunch of chess analogies throughout this whole movie.
Oh.
So this is just setting up that.
Yeah, the original title for this movie was Finding Bobby Fischer.
So you have Jeff Goldblum works at the cable company. He's a satellite nerd guy and also a recycling nut. I could have done without that through this whole movie.
Message.
Randy Quaid is white trash, typical drunk, because drunks are funny, and he crop dusts the wrong field.
Because that's all. Randy Quaid plays two characters: a drunk fuck up or a crazy fuck up.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
These setup scenes for these characters is how the rest of the whole movie is shot. It's jump to this scene, jump to this scene, jump to this country, jump to that country.
This is one of, I think, the first disaster movies that set that blueprint, right?
Yes.
Like The Day After Tomorrow, 2012,
Yep.
San Andreas.
It's just, this movie's 2 hours and 24 minutes long, and it could have been an hour 45 and been a ton better because you didn't need a lot of the other scenes. There was a lot of other in this.
Dude, can I tell you something? I took a hit for the team, and I watched the extended version of this movie.
Oh.
Which was 2 hours and 45 minutes long.
Oh.
Usually, like, you'll hear things like, Zack Snyder's director's cut of Justice League will totally save the movie. It's so much better and explains all the missing plot holes. But
yeah,
this does none of that. This spends 2 or 3 extra scenes, full scenes, like 3-4 minute scenes on Randy Quaid's daughter potentially losing her virginity.
Oh, instead of just that one 5 second
Instead of that
scene?
one, like, it was supposed to be like a throwaway funny scene, like, you don't want to die a virgin, do you?
Yeah.
That theme plays on with every young guy she meets. It's like, I don't know what they were doing, but the extended version of this movie, oh, dude, it was bad.
Yeah,
it was so bad.
I feel for you. I'm sorry that you did that. But this, I'm gonna try to get through this as quickly as possible.
Please.
Even though you watched the extended version, I'm gonna go through my abbreviated version of the regular version.
I'm gonna try and just shut my mouth and let you do this.
But Goldblum figures out, because everyone's scrambling, UFOs are in the atmosphere. That's actually one of the really cool shots that they had of the clouds rolling in as the UFOs coming through. It's so great. But Jeff Goldblum figures out that the signal that's causing the cable/satellite interruption is actually a countdown. And we talked about, in other movies we've done, like, this guy didn't do a good job of explaining things. Jeff Goldblum calls his ex-wife, who works in the White House, and actually does a fantastic job of explaining exactly what's going on.
You gotta leave the White House. They're communicating with a hidden signal. They're gonna attack.
And she's like, I can't talk right now. I gotta go. Awesome. But everyone everywhere is losing their minds. Everybody's hitting the streets in, the major cities. Finally cut to Will Smith. We're 10 minutes in.
Yeah, and first PSA, I think, of this one. We just got to stop real fast.
Go right
I said
ahead.
I was going to keep my mouth shut. Hey, kids, Uncle Corey here. When and if the alien invasion takes place, do not go greet them directly under the mothership. Are you out of your fucking mind? You are not the welcome wagon, and you are not fit to speak on behalf of planet Earth.
Yes.
Walk into your home or an underground bunker and shelter in place. You know what that means now.
Yes, you do.
Unbelievable amount of morons.
I don't know how they got on the roof. It was like 2 a.m. and they're on the top of this lockdown building, sure. Yep. But these are the same people that rushed to the grocery store and bought up all the toilet paper. These are the same goddamn people.
Yep.
Okay? So they're all losing their minds. 10 minutes into the movie, we finally see Will Smith. He has first billing on this movie. Him and Vivica A. Fox apparently, I don't know, drank all night or spent all night banging because they can't get out of bed.
Nope.
They finally get out of bed and they think it's an earthquake.
Neighbors moving out. Guess they finally got tired of all these quakes.
You want to know how you take a guy that's been typically a comedic actor and put him into a serious action role? You make him a pilot.
Yes.
See Owen Wilson in Behind Enemy Lines.
Yes.
See Harry Connick Jr. also in this movie.
Yep. So Will Smith finally sees the giant UFO, when he goes out to get the paper. And my first thought was like, him and Vivica A. Fox are the two dumbest people ever. Because he notices first that there's people packing up, right? As he's opening the paper and reading the paper. But you don't see the giant 15-mile by 15-mile giant UFO in the sky that's basically right above you.
Yes.
Cool. Will Smith is on leave for the 4th of July. And Vivica A. Fox gives him shit.
Come on now. You can't go. You got to call them back.
I'm not gonna do this with you, Jasmine.
But you said you was on leave for the 4th.
Yeah, well, they canceled it.
Did you think I bought this at like a 5 and dime store? This is real. I gotta go.
I didn't go to one of those those military outfit stores and just the surplus store and just buy this shit. So David's ex-wife, like I said, works in the White House. They're trying to get her the info, or he is, because, he's figured it out. Yep. And then he just decides, because she hung up on him, they're going to drive to Washington.
Well, you think they don't know what you know? They know. Believe me, they know. She works for the president. They know everything.
They don't know this.
Why the fuck is Will Smith just waking up in L.A. and it's fucking dark in Washington, D.C.?
So Goldblum he gets Judd Hirsch, his dad, to drive him because he only rides a bike because recycling. And he drives him to D.C.
Yes.
To where he triangulates the location of his ex-wife in the White House, which is ridiculous. And
by parking directly outside the White House.
Yeah.
While a UFO is hovering above it.
Yes. But
first off, the president is not in that building.
I'm not leaving. I don't want to add to a public hysteria that's going to cost lives.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You're in a different situation now, and Secret Service has lifted you off the ground and is carrying you, if not to Air Force One, to the goddamn Peacock buried beneath the White House.
Yes.
You are not running shit from the fucking Oval Office. Are you kidding me?
But he this is the thing that I found hilarious because, again, phone books.
She always keeps her portable phone listed for emergencies.
If you don't have her cell phone number, then you're not on her list of emergencies. We'll just say that. He finally gets in. He finally calls and talks to his ex-wife, tells the president about the countdown, and the next scene, he basically takes the president away from them watching the actual welcome wagon, not some strippers on a roof. But that's
how you welcome your cousin home from jail. Not beings from another planet.
The next shot is the welcome wagon. It's a helicopter with lights on it that is going to, I guess, communicate with the alien ship. Okay, so I got a couple of questions. One, do you know where these aliens are from? Because, and do you think or know that their language is spoken in lights? Yeah. I want to know what the lights have fuck all to do with anything.
I don't have time for this.
The only universal language is math. And I don't know how you welcome somebody with math. They have no way of knowing what you're doing. Of course they fired on your ship. They were actually probably here to give us the cure for cancer. You flashed lights at them that said, fuck off, asshole, and they fucking blew you up.
There's only one way to greet somebody with math, and that's to write 80085 in your calculator.
And the stripper was already doing that on the roof.
And the stripper was doing that, and apparently that didn't work. So, so Welcome Wagon gets shot down after a dumb light show, and the aliens attack. Vivica Fox survives because of things and scripts, because A, you are not kicking down a padlocked door in whatever tunnel you're in.
Even if you could, what good does it do? Because you left the fucking door open when a raging inferno is flying by.
Because fire knows that it can't go in this room. So, and the dog's jumping in as the fire goes by. Let me tell you something. If nothing else, that dog's asshole is singed shut.
If nothing else, that dog peaced out 20 minutes ago because it knew what was going down.
Yeah, the dog they made look like the dumbest. No, I'm sorry.
The dog's either following you into that room the second you start heading to that room.
Yeah.
Or the dog's going the other way and outrunning all these slow-ass humans.
Exactly. As the aliens attack, buildings are blowing up. Again, great scenes, great special effects. The White House gets blown up, but somehow the president gets away. Again, great special effects, but no, that's not how that works.
You couldn't make it to Andrews Air Force Base on Marine One to get onto Air Force One in that amount of time. The way that fire was going out. Again, math! Doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
I literally just wrote in all these scenes where everything's blowing up and whatever. I just wrote that the effects are fantastic, at least. So that's cool. But we're 50 minutes into this movie at this point, right?
I'm not even halfway there yet.
I know. We're 50 minutes into this movie and the aliens attack. Yep. 50 minutes in, which tells you there's a lot of other scenes that, and in your version, a lot of other scenes. But there's still an hour and a half left in this movie. So the Air Force attacks. Everyone dies except for Will Smith and Harry Connick Jr. Well, Harry Connick Jr. dies later in the little dogfight with alien spacecraft that it's going through the canyons. But for Will Smith, who outmaneuvers a UFO, beats the shit out of an alien, Will Smith has to be a superhero.
He one-punches the alien that's lifting multiple humans later in the movie up while he's, like, doing psychological stuff with the president.
Yes.
The Vulcan mind meld or whatever the fuck they were doing.
But Will Smith just knocks his ass out.
Yeah, cool. Just one punch.
And drags it through the desert to Area 51.
Now, this was a cool scene, actually, because I remember this, even to this day, in the movie theater. He gets the alien out and he's dragging it across the desert. And in the distance, you start seeing all these little things starting to come into the foreground. And you're thinking, oh, fuck, those are ground troops. No, it's just RVs.
Yeah.
1, great setup. 2, incredibly disappointing. And again, what a lucky coincidence.
Well, here's the other
that the RV Armada is traveling through the desert where Will Smith's plane crashed and also Area 51 happens to be.
But Vivica A. Fox crawls out of the rubble because the only thing that wasn't affected by the whole fireball blast was the little room, the utility closet she was in the tunnel.
Yes.
So her son, the dog, they all get out. And she finds the first lady whose helicopter did crash, who's under a door. It was just whatever. And
by the way, once again, the Secret Service would not let the First Lady stay in L.A., even if she wanted to stay there to make speeches so they didn't attack her husband.
Yes.
I really want you out of Los Angeles.
You're staying there to keep people calm. It's the right thing to do. I'm not going to let them criticize you for it.
Yeah.
Politics have gone out the window the second atmospheric pressure started getting disrupted by a fucking alien spacecraft.
But she finds she takes other people that she finds along the way, the First Lady, and they go to El Toro, which is rubble now. It cuts again to the scene, Area 51, the president getting there. They dissect an alien, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
the one Will Smith brought back.
Yes. And as they're doing that and going through that whole thing, Will Smith is stealing a military helicopter because he has a hunch that his girlfriend or fiance or whatever she is still alive. Goes and he's the hero because he finds his girlfriend, her son, the First Lady, brings them all back to Area 51.
He single-handedly saves humanity because he gets the RV people back to Area 51.
Yep.
Then goes to El Toro and gets all those people back to Area 51.
Yes, because badass. So they dissect this alien. It wakes up. It goes crazy. It mind melds with the president. And the president says,
I saw what they're planning to do.
Really? Because I could have told you what they're planning. They've been attacking every major city across the freaking globe.
They're like locusts. They're moving from planet to planet, and we're next.
God.
If you didn't think extinction was their plan when you saw, cities being destroyed in 10 minutes, maybe you shouldn't be president.
I'm going to go ahead and guess that the people that we saw in the newscast earlier that are questioning your presidency are probably correct.
Kind of like the Secretary of Defense just wanting to go nuclear with every option they have.
We must launch a counteroffensive with a full nuclear strike. Sir, if we don't strike soon, there may not be much of an America left to defend.
Sir.
Mr. President, we must launch.
And then Jeff Goldblum decides that he's going to hook up a laptop to a fucking spacecraft. Was Wi-Fi a thing in 96? Because...
Dude, were USB ports a thing in 1996? What are you talking about, Wi-Fi?
So apparently he hooks this, 18-pound laptop up to the spaceship, and he says, well,
I gave it a cold.
Yes, because our technology somehow is miraculously compatible with their technology. Let me tell you something. My Mac update isn't compatible with half the programs I got on my Mac computer now. What?
Dude, let me tell you this. And by giving it a cold, he gives it a virus. And if you look on his laptop, it literally says Trojan horse. Because that was the big thing back then. And so, yeah, you could totally give that to an alien spacecraft. Sure, let's fucking go with that. It was a funny scene. I will give it this. But, Will Smith's like,
I've seen these things in action, and I'm well aware of their maneuvering capabilities.
You have no idea what the controls even look like. Like,
they don't have hands. They have tentacles.
I saw it bank left twice, so I could totally fly this fucking thing. And
keep in mind, there were 2 aliens originally. Okay,
yes.
There were 2 aliens that crashed in Roswell. How they got the spacecraft. Maybe even a third that died or something. But they had a crew to fly this. Each crew member has multiple tentacles that they use as their hands and able to control stuff. Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum are going to pilot this ship into fucking space.
You really think you can fly that thing?
You really think you can do all that bullshit you just said?
The directions are upside down to go forward and left because they crash when they
they had Shuri from Wakanda come and fix up their little marble beads so they could fly up.
But their plan is to
fly their alien craft out of our atmosphere and dock with it. We then upload the virus. We then set off some kind of explosion, and that could buy it, I think, at least some time to take them out, take them down, do your...
So the president gives his speech, his monologue, and
it's a great speech. I'll give you that. It's a great speech. For this movie, it is a great speech.
For this movie, it's a great speech.
Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
This is what I didn't like.
Was this guy fucking saluting?
There's a couple of things because after this, the president decides he's just, because he used to be a fighter pilot, he's gonna man a fucking fighter jet.
I'm a combat pilot, Will. I belong in the air.
When this movie came out, and up until literally I watched it for this show, I have loved this movie the whole way through. Because it's an entertaining movie, if nothing else. But even when I saw it the first time in theaters, when that line was delivered, born to be in the air, whatever the fuck he says, I got so pissed off at that one line, how it was delivered and how campy it was, that it almost ruined the entire movie for me.
Yeah, his entire character is just, the purpose of him is to smolder on camera. Say a line.
People are dying out there. I don't think exciting is a word I'd choose to describe it.
Smolder. Exactly. Today is our Independence Day.
I belong in the air.
But then, America saves the day because they pan around the world to all these people like...
It's from the Americans. They want to organize a counteroffensive.
It's about bloody time.
And I get it. It's an American film. and you want to, America, save the day, patriotism, and all that. I get that, and that's fine. You want to do a movie like that, I'm totally down.
Let Russia make their own fucking movie.
This is what I didn't like, because it's America Save the Day time, and they're looking for pilots out of all the white trash that they just allowed into Area 51. And Randy Quaid says,
I can fly. I'm pilot.
Because he's drunk as shit, but sobers up in 20 minutes because coffee?
Yeah.
Sobers up enough. There's no way, even if he was the best pilot in the world, there is no way the military would allow him to hop in a fucking fighter jet, because there's other people, and not just because, the planes are expensive. There's other people around him. I would be afraid he was good, you don't want him to drive and swerve and crash. Like
exactly what I was gonna say.
You're gonna
As I started my PSA. Hey kids, Uncle Corey here. When you are blackout drunk and can barely stand up straight, don't volunteer to ride a bike, drive a car, ride a motorcycle, fly a fucking fighter jet. What?
And if you do volunteer for any of these things, coffee won't sober you up in 20 minutes. Just an FYI.
You got 2 PSAs in one right there, kids.
The virus is uploaded, and Jeff Goldblum does his very Jeff Goldblum thing.
Forget the fat lady. You're obsessed with the fat lady. Drive us out of here. Must go faster. Must go faster. Go, 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 go.
I love that whole scene, though. From the time where they go,
oh, shit. Hide.
Yeah, I'm laughing my ass off.
No, it's that those scenes are great, and just the scenes and the chemistry with Jeff Goldblum and Will Smith is fantastic.
Oh yeah, they were great together.
And so they upload the virus, they drop the nuke because nukes, and final chase scene, they barely make it out, and then the thing blows up, and they get shuttled down to Earth, spinning and crashing and whatever. So we attack, because their shields are down. So everything's a little bit more effective, but they're not doing enough damage. And this is where the outside of the born to be in the air, born to fly, or whatever the fuck he says, between that and these two lines, I wanted to punch myself in the face. Because you have...
In the words of my generation,
and you also have the...
Hello, boys! I'm back!
Oh,
but yeah.
Oh, it was so cringeworthy and campy. Like, even if... Let's throw out plot holes. Let's throw out a lot of the bullshit that goes along with this movie. Again, like I said, it's a very entertaining movie. The effects are pretty good, great for the time. And... Absolutely. Those two lines by Randy Quaid could have possibly ruined the movie.
Yes.
Because they are that campy and that that's the one thing I don't want at the end of a movie is to just go, ugh, when a line is delivered. Like, I don't think that's the reaction you want.
Right.
And that's the reaction they got from me. And they got it from me from the first time I saw this movie until now.
Yeah, I don't remember anybody being like, nobody did that. Everybody was just like, whatever.
Yeah, no, so that was cringeworthy and that sucked. And then the only other, there's more explosions and the ships crash. And then everybody drives out to the desert to see Jeff Goldblum and Will Smith walk away completely unscathed from tumbling from space to their craft hitting Earth. The aliens that piloted that craft,
I was just gonna say that,
back in the 50s or whatever, crashed and died.
Yeah.
But Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum are walking away smoking their victory cigars. And
well, Jeff Goldblum has a hitch in his giddy up because the way he's walking back, his hip is out of place. Because his cool guy strut does not play, especially next to Will Smith.
No, it doesn't. It
No,
doesn't at all.
it looked like a nerdy fucking science guy, just like, yeah,
So-
smoking a cigar, beat the alien.
So he played that correctly because he's
exactly.
he's
Nailed
it. Nailed it. So, and then end credits and movie. What say you? Stands the test of time? Doesn't stand the test of time?
I think if you want to show this movie to your kids, it's fun to watch with kids because they'll get a kick out of it. If you're like, oh shit, Independence is Day on and I'm all alone, I'm going to turn it on, you're not going to like it. In my opinion, I didn't like it because I can see all the flaws in it now, and not just from like a plot hole standpoint, because I get it. Aliens are invading Earth. We're going to have some plot holes.
Yeah.
Just from an overall, though, just like, you can't do some of this shit. That's not realistic in any way. Even in a fucking alien attacking us movie, it's not realistic.
Well,
Marvel puts more thought into their science than this movie did.
Well, that's
my problem.
That's what I was going to say. In Marvel movies, you can do all of these things because it is a superhero movie. Okay, it's there's some things that are just not explainable or easily explainable because, dude, it's a superhero movie. Just let it go.
Your whole world isn't based in reality.
Exactly.
This world is based in reality.
Exactly. So you have to have some realism to what you're doing because it is based in reality. So so I totally agree with that. I don't think it stands like I honestly the acting is great. I think the special effects, for as much shit as it gets now, dude, it was 24 years ago.
Oh, special effects were fantastic.
The special effects were great, and especially for that time, you'd never seen anything like that.
No, there are movies made today that are equally that have those same special effects in them today. Yeah. So I don't shit on that at all.
No, neither do I. I think the special effects were great. I thought the action scenes were great.
Yep.
I thought the acting, I mean, you have a slew of fantastic actors in this movie. I thought the acting was great.
Yep. Judd Hirsch was fantastic.
John Lennon, smart man, shot in the back, very sad.
The way he incessantly busts balls through this movie is fantastic.
All I'm saying is they got people who handle these things, David. They want HBO, they'll call you.
Yeah, there was a lot of great things about this movie. It was just, overall, I was like, like you said, you could show this to a kid and, before they have an education, and they probably enjoy it. But yeah, other than that, like I can't enjoy this movie as much as I once did. And that's...
Especially with how that disaster movie genre blew up.
Yeah.
It's like watching Terminator and expecting to see T2.
Yeah.
Where the disaster world has gone now in their movies is so good, and the effects are so amazing.
Yeah.
And the actors are better, and the scripts are better, and kind of revolve around some form of reality. It plays so much nicer.
I think the scripts being better is
number one
is the main thing. Because if you just cut out some things out of this movie, like if you basically cut out, you could have made this movie 2 hours instead of 2 hours and 24 minutes. You could have made this movie 2 hours and had a much better movie.
Yeah. Nobody trimmed the fat. They knew they had a winner. That's the problem. They knew they had a winner. They knew they were going to make well over budget.
Yeah.
So I think they just didn't trim any fat.
That's fair.
It kind of said, fuck it.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. So, yes, for me, no, it doesn't stand the test of time. You? No.
No.
All right. Well, that's it, I guess. And for Corey, I'm Armando. This is Kiss the Reviews. And this was 1996's Independence Day.